Whoopi Goldberg versus Donald Trump. The moment the myth of a genius president falls apart. Actually, he goes on to say, throughout my life, my two greatest assets have been mental stability and being like really smart. I'm a very intelligent person because of my genius. Okay. The room smelled of old carpet and desperation. The buzz of the lights made your teeth ache. In the green room, a makeup artist cried, bared over foundation shade. This wasn't glamorous. This was where truth died under studio lights, where egos inflated until they burst. And tonight, someone was about to be skinned alive on national television. If you're watching from Arizona, you know the feeling when the desert heat shimmers and reality becomes a blur. That's what was about to happen. Whoopi Goldberg had agreed to moderate a town hall with Donald Trump. She'd turned down everyone before, presidents, billionaires, senators. But when they told her Trump wanted a venue to prove his genius, I went from very successful businessman to top TV star to President of the United States on my first try. I think that would qualify as not smart but genius, and a very stable genius at that. She said yes without hesitation. Trump arrived 40 minutes late, early by his standards. His team had specific demands. 62 degrees temperature, exact lighting, chairs measured 3 times. Whoopi walked out first. No introduction, just her in black, commanding every molecule of air in the room. The audience was a mix of supporters and critics, ready for a car crash they couldn't look away from. Trump's entrance music blared, and he grinned, his orange glow under the lights, sitting like he was doing Whoopi a favor. She didn't blink. The first question came from a teacher in the third row about education funding. Trump launched into his usual word salad, bragging about his genius, claiming to know more than anyone. I think I know more about the environment than most people. I know more about ISIS than the generals do. Believe me, I know more about courts than any human being on earth. Nobody knows more about trade than me. I know more about steel workers than anybody that's ever run for office. Nobody knows more about construction than I do. I know more about drones than anybody. Whoopi leaned in, the room temperature dropping. You've called yourself a genius. Smartest guy ever. Do you know the 3 branches of the U.S. government? The silence was deafening. Trump shifted, opening his mouth. The presidential branch, the legal branch, and the Congress branch. Whoopi didn't flinch. The executive, legislative, and judicial branches. Next question. What year was the Constitution ratified? 77. That's not in the Bill of Rights. Trump's smile cracked, but he pushed on, deflecting. Whoopi asked him if he'd ever taken an IQ test. I'm proud of my hay. I went to the Wharton School of Finance. I was a really good student. Everybody knows what a great school it is. Look, if I were a liberal Democrat, people would say I'm at the super genius of all time. I don't need to take a test. Everyone knows I'm smart. Trump snapped. Whoopi pulled out a phone. Here's an online IQ test. Will you take it now? Live. Trump's face twisted. Ridiculous. Those tests are fake. I guess everyone else is wasting their time then. Whoopi shot back. The crowd shifted, uneasy, but fascinated. Trump stood up. I don't have to take this. I came here in good faith. Whoopi's voice was still. Sit down. He hesitated, then sank back into his chair, visibly defeated. The tension escalated when a man stood up. You say you're smarter than your generals. Can you explain the difference between the deficit and the debt? Trump's face darkened. The deficit is how much we're adding every year, he said. But the veteran corrected him. It's the annual shortfall. The debt is the accumulation. Trump's hands shook. Fake news, he muttered. Whoopi didn't stop. You added $8 trillion to the debt in 4 years. That's not making money. A woman stood up. Can you recite the preamble to the Constitution? Trump paused, stumbling over his words. We the people. That's the beginning. Everyone knows that. Whoopi pressed. There's more. Trump's eyes darted. I'm not going to sit here and recite it like I'm in elementary school. Prove it, the woman demanded. Trump's face re-ened. I don't need to prove anything to you. The crowd shifted from passive observers to active participants. One by one they asked him questions. His answers became increasingly erratic, deflecting with bravado and anger. But the mask was slipping. His claims of genius fell apart as he failed to explain basic concepts, each failure driving the crowd into a frenzy. A young woman stood up. "You're a genius businessman. Can you explain what a stock option is?" Trump waved it off. "It's when you have the option to buy stock. Simple." Whoopi corrected him. "That's not a stock option. You're describing regular stock buying. A stock option is a contract giving the buyer the right but not the obligation." Trump's handlers were frantic, but Whoopi was relentless. "You've claimed to be the smartest. Why do you keep repeating it if you can't demonstrate it?" Trump exploded. "I don't have to listen to this. This is harassment." He stood, but Whoopi's